Genesis 5. Genesis 5 verse 1. This is the book of the generations of Adam. In the day when God made man, he made him in the image of God. Genesis 5 verse 2. Male and female he made them, naming them man, and giving them his blessing on the day when they were made. Genesis 5 verse 3. Adam had been living for 130 years when he had a son like himself, after his image, and gave him the name of Seth. Genesis 5 verse 4. And after the birth of Seth, Adam went on living for 800 years and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 5. And all the years of Adam's life were 930, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 6. And Seth was 105 years old when he became the father of Enosh. Genesis 5 verse 7. And he went on living after the birth of Enosh for 807 years, and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 8. And all the years of Seth's life were 912, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 9. And Enosh was 90 years old when he became the father of Kenan. Genesis 5 verse 10. And after the birth of Kenan, Enosh went on living for 815 years and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 11. And all the years of Enosh were 905, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 12. And Kenan was 70 years old when he became the father of Mahalalel. Genesis 5 verse 13. And after the birth of Mahalalel, Kenan went on living for 840 years and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 14. And all the years of Kenan's life were 910, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 15. And Mahalalel was 65 years old when he became the father of Jared. Genesis 5 verse 16. And after the birth of Jared, Mahalalel went on living for 830 years and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 17. And all the years of Mahalalel's life were 895, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 18. And Jared was 162 years old when he became the father of Enoch. Genesis 5 verse 19. And Jared went on living after the birth of Enoch for 800 years, and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 20. And all the years of Jared's life were 962, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 21. And Enoch was 65 years old when he became the father of Methuselah. Genesis 5 verse 22. And after the birth of Methuselah, Enoch went on in God's ways for 300 years and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 23. And all the years of Enoch's life were 365. Genesis 5 verse 24. And Enoch went on in God's ways, and he was not seen again, for God took him. Genesis 5 verse 25. And Methuselah was 187 years old when he became the father of Lamech. Genesis 5 verse 26. And after the birth of Lamech, Methuselah went on living for 782 years, and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 27. And all the years of Methuselah's life were 969, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 28. And Lamech was 182 years old when he had a son. Genesis 5 verse 29. And he gave him the name of Noah, saying, Truly, he will give us rest from our trouble and the hard work of our hands, because of the earth which was cursed by God. Genesis 5 verse 30. And after the birth of Noah, Lamech went on living for 595 years and had sons and daughters. Genesis 5 verse 31. And all the years of Lamech's life were 777, and he came to his end. Genesis 5 verse 32. And when Noah was 500 years old, he became the father of Shem, Ham, and Japheth.